Howdy everyone, this is LockNutz, and you're watching a map tour of Riverview Farm by CavalierRoy. Hopefully you'll stick around to see what happens. Howdy, 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 how are you guys doing today? Oh my goodness, I tell you what, today we get to go on a map tour of Riverview Farm by CavalierRoy. This little bad mamma jamma is 110.68 megabytes to download, and yes, it is very, very cross-platform friendly. Oh, you betcha, you betcha. Now, one thing that we're going to go about doing here is we are starting this off on New Farmers Mode. That way you guys know what you'll start off with on New Farmers Mode. And speaking of that, we are starting off at one of a couple different starting farms. We are on Newbie Farm. You'll see why in just a second. But considering we are on Newbie Farm, let's go ahead and take a look at all the equipment you'd start off with on New Farmers Mode. Alrighty then, so we do have quite the list of equipment that you start off with. The truck right here, I bought that so that we could go ahead and wander around on the map. So let's go ahead and plow through all this stuff real quick because there is a lot of implements here. Starting off with tractors, you start off small tractors. You have one Klaas, one New Holland, and one Vulture. That's a nice 1, 2, 3 punch you got there. Medium tractors, one nice size Massey. Harvesters, you start off with the New Holland Agriculture CH 7.70, and that does come along with one grain header and a header trailer. So you got everything nice and complete there. Wheeled loaders, you start off with one Klaas wheel loader. Telehandlers, you start off with one Manitou. Now let's come down here really quick because for front loaders wise, we do have a quickie front loader attachment. Front loader tools, you do have a bale spike. Wheel loaders, you have the silage forks. Telehandler tools, you start off with bale forks. Now coming back up over here, we start off with trailers. We have one Fiegel trailer, which is kind of surprising considering all this stuff here. But you do start off with one stone picker, one Lemkin cultivator, one Kuhn power harrow, one Kuhn subsoiler, one Kuhn seeder. You start off with a Vantage sprayer. You start off with a Bredell fertilizer spreader, and this does spread lime as well, so that's good to know. Grassland care stuff, you have rollers. You start off with a combo of mowing decks. Tedder, you start off with one Vicon tedder. Windrowers, one Schmazzy. You start off with one Schultmaker Rapid forage wagon. Balers, you start off with one Pottinger Impress baler. And then coming down over here, you do start off with one Bremer transport trailer. And then you start off with two weights. So all in all, guys, a lot of stuff to get your stuff rocking and rolling, especially if you're starting off on New Farmers Mode. Let's go ahead and take a look at the map and see how that plays out from here. All right, now taking a look at the map here, guys, there is a lot of different options for fields. You have regular shaped fields, you have kind of irregular shaped fields, you got kidney shaped fields, you got lima bean shaped fields, you have potato shaped fields. You got everything that you want underneath the sun. Not too shabby at all. A lot of forestry areas around the outside edge, pretty darn cool, and this map does start off with 4 starting farm locations. But before we get to that, let's go ahead and take a look at what you'd start off with. And starting off here on New Farmer Mode, it is just this location up here at this Newbie Farm. You start off with field 10 or 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, and 7. So not too shabby, plus the starting farm, which is a part of 11. Now, I'll go ahead and cover this real quick. We do have this farm location up here, which is $207,000. There are 3 other locations that are starting farm locations. 24 over here does come with a farm that comes out to 84,000. This one over here right along the river is 119. And this nice size one over here is 108. So all in all, there, like I said, there are those locations right there. As for field prices wise here, field prices, Field 9, one of the ones you start off with, is the absolute cheapest field on the map. That doesn't happen too often. It's kind of nice to see that you start off with one of the cheapest fields. It's not already out there. You're not being gifted a bunch of stuff. Well, machinery you are, but land-wise, that's a different story. On the opposite end of the spectrum, Field 32 over here is 600. Let's see if we can get a good spot for that. $665,000, almost $666,000. That's a big chunk of cash for a field here. Not undoable. Now, like I said, there are also other areas, and this area right here is the most expensive plot on the entire map, coming in at $1.2 million. But I tell you what, guys, there are a lot of trees right there popping around looking at the field. Field prices, they really are not all that bad. They're relative to their size. These small fields, pretty reasonably priced. Larger fields, pretty reasonably priced. There's nothing that's over outrageous or anything like that, egregious. They're all pretty darn good prices. And then along the outside, they do kind of lump a lot of this stuff together. So there aren't a lot of forestry areas that are really doable and I should say really cheap off the bat. But this one right here is probably your cheapest forestry plot that you can get yourself onto. You do have the ability to buy these miscellaneous plots right in here. That is something that you can go ahead and do if you so choose. But like I said, we are going to go ahead and we are going to look at these starting farm locations because they're, I'll be honest with you guys, all four of these starting farm locations, absolutely amazing. Look really cool. So we're going to make sure we go ahead and hit those on the tour. And speaking of the tour, let's get that show rolling. All right, guys, so first thing off the bat here, I'm going to go ahead and turn the map on the corner of the screen. That way you guys know what's going on. You can kind of follow along with me. Now, this Newbie Farm location, it really is that. If you're a newbie and you need lots of space, you need everything handed to you, this is exactly it. I'm not knocking it. This is a really cool layout. I am pretty excited even about this one here. It is really, really neat if you ask me. Lots and lots of storage, tons and tons of storage on this plot right here. Super, super cool. It's laid out really, really neat. It is just, oh man, I tell you what, out of all the starting farms I've had the opportunity to take a peek at, this is probably up there as one of the biggest starting farms I've seen on any map recently. And it's also, in my mind, in my eyes, one of the coolest ways that it's done. I mean, like it said, there is lots and lots of storage here. Lots and lots of storage here. Now, you take a look at this right here. Okay, that's cool. That's not it. This is a multi-leveled farm. It's really cool how it's all done. You got some more storage up over here. You got your shed right over here for your animals. Let's see, what animals is this? I think this is cows. Let's check this really quick. Yeah, that's cows. You got your cow pen right here. Not too bad at all. And if you think that's it, nope, there's another level. You have 3 levels here on the farm. It is super, super cool. And this farm definitely gives you everything that you need to get yourself rocking and rolling. You got this huge, just absolutely massive silage bunker. You got storage in here. You got your silos. You got more storage. It is just insane. I definitely would probably make this my bale area up here. I don't know. There's just so much stuff here. You could do whatever you want on this location. And then it also does come along with some trees, not too much, because part of this does end up being the exterior. So you buy that stuff on the exterior, but you can go up there a little ways and start cutting down some trees if you so choose. Like I said, this is just absolutely insane how much stuff is on here. Really, really cool. Love the setup on this. But like I said, there are 4 starting farm locations, and I definitely want to make sure I take time to hit every last one of them because all of them are done very, very well. I don't know what it is, if it's just the way the landscape is or anything like that. I just really enjoy the way they all kind of flow together and just fit where they need to go. Also, starting off on this starting farm up over here, along with some of the fields, you do get this little shed out here out by itself. That is really cool. Now, one thing that I like to do on all of my map tours, guys, is I like to drive around off-road to go ahead and take a peek and see what's going on here. This map is going to give me a little bit of a challenge because this is a very, well, rocky map. It's a very rocky map, to say the least. Everything is divided up. Everything's all smashed out together here. This map really does give me the impression of a river valley. Holy cow. Holy shoot. I'm not gonna lie, guys. I scared myself on that one. Like I was just saying, this is just like a river valley and whatnot. You have these flat, low-lying areas. You have these rocky bouts that just jump up out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, it's super cool. Moral of the story, watch where you drive. Watch where you drive. There could be a cliff wherever you go. But also on the other side of that is that you really are going to have to pay attention on how to get around from point A to point B. Like me, I just got myself stuck in this field now. It could potentially make getting from point A to point B a little bit more difficult, so you're going to, I'm sure once you get the hang of playing on this map, you'll be able to get around from point A to point B relatively easy. But with that being said, it's all relatively, even with that being said, the fields are relatively flat. Obviously, there are some undulations and whatnot. You'd kind of expect that for a river valley almost. As you can see, flat with these small undulations. You do have some layered things happening here. Like this is forestry up there. That's forestry up over there. It's absolutely insane. They got paths that go all around up there. We're gonna, don't get me wrong, we are gonna hit some of these paths, so we'll be able to go and wander around and take a look at that stuff as well. But with that still being said, that's not a hard and fast rule with the fields. This field right here, obviously you see how there's that large undulation right there. You're going to probably end up having to get something a little bit beefier to get up and about and do the things that you have to do. Just kind of do your best to kind of keep that in mind before you go out there and just purchase whatever it is that you need to. We're going to take just a half a second here and go up this little goat path, because that's really what it is. This map really isn't, from what I gather, it really isn't set up to be a hard and fast forestry map. But with that being said, oh my gosh, this would be super cool to do forestry on. You have all these trails that are going all over the place. You have lots of mature trees out here. Not super high density, but they are a bunch of trees out here. And as you can see, guys, if you make a mistake, you're losing your load. It's going down for the count. That's it. Shut her down. That's all you get. So you're going to definitely have to kind of keep your eyes open and keep your eyes peeled as for what you're doing and how you're going about doing it to go about moving forward. So now, guys, I'm going to take just a second here, and just like magic, we're down at the BGA. Not too shabby. It's amazing how those things work out that way. Oh man, so as you can see at the BGA, you do have some bunker silos that you can utilize if you'd like to. And other than that, it's just this is kind of a neat location. It's just tucked up in the middle of nowhere. I'm not even sure where the road is, to be honest with you. We'll go through the forest a little bit farther and see if we can see what's going on here. So like I was saying, you know, there's the road. This is really just a great multi-dimensional sort of setup for when it comes to farming. You have all these different elevation changes, all these different neat things here. You do have, like I said, relatively flat fields for the most part, but you do end up with some hills. I mean, you do end up with some of these weird little nooks and crannies where things are popping around and you're running into different things. It really is pretty darn neat. So let's go ahead like this for just a second. All right, yeah, hang tight for just 1 second. All right, so let's head on over this way real quick. We'll follow the roads. Normally, I'm not a big fan of following the roads, but like I said, because of the way this map is, driving from point A to point B isn't exactly the easiest thing to do. But it does definitely give you that imagination, that imagery of, oh shoot, driving on the wrong side of the road. It gives you that mindset that you really are just tucked in the middle of nowhere. You're just trying to make a go at things. We'll go out in this field here. Oh, there's another little ledge there. Jeez, you just creep right up out of nowhere. I don't know what to do. So here is the biggest field, field 32, and as you can see, it is relatively flat, continuing on with the trend of things, but it does have some hills. Obviously, you're probably going to have some bigger stuff anyways, just to get to this location anyways, but it's just something to kind of keep your eyes open for. And now here we are coming up to one of the farm locations. This is the Riverside Farm. And we'll just kind of pop in here really quick to take a peek at this. As you can see, it's just kind of notched out in the middle of nowhere. I mean, it's just sitting right here. Gives you some space to go ahead, store your machinery, store some of your stuff. You have silos. And you have a... let's see, what do we got here? Is this... it's just going to show me. I think this is pigs right here that you got. Pigs or sheep? Pigs, probably. Got this nice little area for the pigs to go out and run around in. Super cool. Gotta love that. Like I said, it really is kind of neat the way it's just tucked in the middle of nowhere, and it's just set in a really cool location right along the river, which kind of helps give the farm its name, I should say the map its name. And let's come up this way because I think this is how you get to the other farm. I've only gotten to this other farm by running over the hill, but this one is a really neat location too, right along the side of this wide open bay and whatnot. It's very, very beautiful. You got your bunker silo right there, pretty darn slick, and there it is. It's just tucked back in here. I'd say this is another one of those locations that's really, really neat. Just by its location, you're stuck in a little valley. You're stuck in this little notch right here, and somebody was able to go ahead and throw stuff out here to make a farm. It really is cool. This location here does have virtually all the animals here, so if you're wanting to do animals, this is a good place to jump into. Super, super cool. Plus, like I said, the location is just absolutely fabulous. It is tucked away from everywhere. It is kind of out of the way, but come on. That's a great view. It's a great view. It's a great driveway. It's super, super slick. With that being said, let's see if we can kind of navigate our way back over here and we can go across to that last farm here if I can try and find my way over there. And then we'll kind of head towards... Oh, shoot. Gosh darn it all. I just got to remember to stay on the correct side of the road for this map. Not the way I drive, but... gotta stay on the right side of the road, or the left side of the road, the wrong side of the road. I don't know. Fill it. Use your imagination. Oh man, I think we'll go ahead and we'll take and bop up this way. I believe there's a bridge up here we can take to get across, and then from there we'll kind of take a look and see what's on the other side. This is just super cool. I love just going along the river here. It's neat how a lot of your access points are right here. Now, this is the bridge I wanted to go ahead and take a look at, because this bridge does take you to your main farm. Well, I should say not your main farm, but the main farm, that Newbie Farm. It's not super wide, so you're going to have to kind of keep that in mind when you're going about doing things. Just try and remember that. Let's come up over here and just take a second as we pop this up here so I can make sure I'm finding my way to the correct location. Yep, we're kind of heading the right way here. So back up over this way. Again, you come into the same story of there's a lot of flat fields here. It does... Ooh, shoot. There's a stone wall there. Let's see, does that stone wall carry through? Nope. All right, perfect. Perfect, that's what I like to see. Oh boy. All right, so yeah, we're running around over here. We actually need to get back onto this side here. It is pretty neat on how a lot of this stuff is laid out. Like I said, I love these elevation changes. I think when you have the terrace levels, the different areas where you can get to, it really does help paint a picture of, you know, someplace that's real. Maybe that's just me in my mind, but that's kind of how I take a peek at it, think about it. All right, now this is not the starting farm, but this is our forestry selling points right up over here. I think what we're going to end up having to do, guys, because I'm having a hard time getting over there, I think we're going to take 1 second here, and this will be when we go ahead and jump up into the sky and fly around and take a look at everything from up above. All right, guys, here we go, flying up into the sky. Now, I don't want you guys to think that I'm just completely giving up on this. That's not necessarily the case. I really just don't want to miss anything because there are so many cool little neat features on here. This is that farm. See, if I would have just come out and kept going down and around, I would have been able to find this location right here. Again, another nice little location for going ahead and getting yourself started. I believe this is one of the cheaper ones right here. There's not much to it. You have a little stall for your sheep right over here, and then you have 2 little spots right here. You don't even have a silo. But you do have a little bit of room if you want to throw in a small silo, geez, somewhere, maybe out in your field. That is definitely an option to get yourself rocking and rolling. Gosh, it's just such a cool looking map. Really is just a cool looking map. Guys, comment down below. Let me know what you think about this map. Let me know what you think about the different levels that are here, the different levels that are available. It really is super cool. I want to make sure we have a chance to come over here and take a look at the village. So we're going to speed ourselves up just a hair. And there we go. Here's the little bit of a village that you really do have. There's not too much. It really is kind of spread out all over the place. You get this opportunity to walk around near this castle, see the castle up on top of the hill. That always adds an extra layer of, well, coolness. I don't know. I just say it that way. It's coolness that gets added to there. Right off in the distance, you have your village, and it is really darn slick. Your vehicles do spawn right at the shop, so you do have that going for you. As you can see down there, guys, there is a little bit of traffic, but from what you've seen me unfortunately smash into when we're out and about, it's really not moving all that fast. It really is just what we call Sunday drivers. It really is pretty darn cool. It works out nice and slick. Guys, I tell you what, I really enjoy this. This looks super, super cool. This definitely looks like a map that you could go ahead and get along with some friends. Jump on here, get yourself rocking and rolling. And if you guys want, you guys are on this, you're looking for people to play with, holy cats, count me in. Count me in. Let me know. This looks super cool to be able to play with a bunch of friends. Guys, if you're liking what you're seeing, liking what you're hearing, go ahead and smash that like button. I really would appreciate it. Hit that notification bell. It'll let you know when I'm on, and make sure you have it turned to all. Go ahead and hit that subscription. It really does mean a lot. It helps the channel out a ton by doing that. And make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you think of this map. What do you think of all these levels? Is it right for you? Is it the best thing ever? I don't know. You guys let me know down below. Guys, until you guys let me know that you want me to play with you here, or you jump on to the next one, I guess it's time that we go about saying it. Thanks for stopping by.